Chapter 13. There's no need to hide my genius in language arts class because I'm not a genius in language arts class. I'm a decent reader and an okay writer, but when the teacher puts words in front of me, I have to count them before I can read them. I like counting, and I'm a fast counter, but I don't have superhero abilities. I saw a scene in this old movie where a waitress drops a box of toothpicks, and this savant guy looks at the pile and tells her how many toothpicks are on the floor in a split second. I can't do that. It takes me time to total the numbers of words on the page and the number of letters in the words. I'm sure I'm faster than anyone else in third period language arts class. But my counting is extra work that doesn't get me any extra credit. So when Miss Fleming hands out a short story, I try to count the words quickly. Unfortunately, she calls on me to read first. Lucy, please begin. I pass. Excuse me? What exactly are you passing on? She asks, and the rest of the class laughs. Can't someone else read it? I've only counted the words in the first paragraph, 192. I'm sure someone else could read it, but I asked you. She takes off her glasses. I'm not sure why. Maybe so I can see her evil stare more clearly. I look down at the story. I count the words in the second paragraph, only 27, for a total of 219. You may begin, Lucy. Miss Fleming interrupts my counting of the third paragraph. More of the class laughs. I blink a lot to keep my eyes from getting too wet. I read the first paragraph slowly. I pause after each sentence and try to count more words. I can't. I reach the bottom of paragraph 2 and stop. Very nice, Miss Fleming says. Continue, please. The next paragraph is long. I push myself hard to count all the words so I can read. Kids around me murmur. Miss Fleming sighs heavily. My head feels light and my cheeks hot. I lose my spot in the jumble of words. I have to start over. I lost my place, I whisper. I'm not talking about the words, but the count. I need the count. My eyes move quickly over the first few lines, reconfirming their totals. First line, 17. Second line, 22. Third line, also 22. Fourth, I'll read. Someone calls out. Fine, Miss Fleming says. Take over, Wendy. And Lucy, I'd like to speak to you after class. I let out a breath and sink into my seat. I don't worry about what excuse I'll give Miss Fleming at the end of class. I just count. We finish reading the story as a class. Then we form groups to discuss the theme. I'm grouped with 3 girls I haven't met yet. They make me the secretary, which means I have to write everything down and do all the actual work, while they talk about some boys I don't know. I try my best to answer the questions written on the smartboard. After class, I stick around as Miss Fleming ordered. She seems to forget about me until I start walking toward the door. Lucy, she calls out, do you want to explain your reluctance to participate in class? I shrug. You're a very smart girl. What do you mean? I shouldn't respond. I should be quiet and nod. Miss Fleming's eyebrows shoot up. I mean, you seem like a smart girl. She knows nothing about me. It's just teacher talk. That's a relief. Life is easier when there are no expectations. You're plenty capable of succeeding in this class, but you will need to participate, follow the rules, and do the work. I was the only one in my discussion group who did any work. Miss Fleming doesn't seem to know this, or she doesn't care. Do you understand what's expected of you? She asks. I don't like to read out loud. The words get jumbled in my head, or my mouth, or something. I try to explain my problem without really explaining my problem, hoping she'll understand and maybe show some sympathy. Okay, this is something we can work on, a goal. She pulls off her glasses and puts them to her lips. Wait 1 second. She walks over to her desk and opens a blue folder. I'm already late for science. Everyone will watch me walk in and watch me sit. Here. She hands me 4 sheets that are stapled together. We'll be reading this story next week. You can practice reading it aloud so you're more comfortable. Thanks. I can count the words ahead of time, too. For the split second, I think about telling her the whole truth, I decide against it. And our first class novel will be The Call of the Wind, if you want to read ahead. She points to the piles of books on the back shelf. Thanks, I say again. You'll see, Lucy. By the end of the year, we will have you comfortable reading out loud. She gives me an encouraging smile. I wish I could believe her, but I know I'll never be comfortable in this school.